would like to apologize to my family.
I felt like a lot of it was due to manipulation and being brainwashed, so to speak.
Can teenagers who commit grave crimes fully grasp the lifelong consequences of their actions? As they confront unexpected life sentences, how do they react? Let's find out. Roxana Sikorsky's case, a paradigm of juvenile justice debate. In Michigan, 17-year-old Roxana Sikorsky received a sentence of 10 to 20 years for conspiring to murder her family, a plot allegedly orchestrated by her older boyfriend. This case has generated contentious debate, primarily spearheaded by her mother, Lorene Sikorsky. Lorene has publicly raised questions over Roxana's mental competence to comprehend her plea deal, while harshly criticizing the criminal justice system's negligence in providing requisite psychological help for her daughter. Nathan King, a debated case in juvenile justice. At 16, Nathan King, a paralyzed teen from Milwaukee County, faced a 20-year prison sentence for 2 attempted robberies, becoming a subject of widespread controversy. King, paralyzed during an encounter with a victim, had his age and disability presented as grounds for leniency by his defense team. However, Judge Jeffrey Wagner dismissed these factors, underscoring the severity of King's crimes and viewing him as an ongoing societal risk. Overwhelmed by the judgment, King expressed sorrow for his actions, shedding tears while acquiescing to the verdict. Hiccup Girl's downfall, fame to infamy. Jennifer Mee, nationally known as the Hiccup Girl for her 5-week-long hiccup bout at 15, was found guilty of first-degree murder in a high-profile 2010 case. Mee, aged 22 at the time of the trial, was implicated in the death of Shannon Griffin. Prosecutors alleged Mee lured Griffin to a St. Petersburg, Florida home for a robbery that ended fatally. Mee's lawyers argued her schizophrenia playing a role, but a psychological evaluation deemed her competent for trial. Under Florida law, involvement in a robbery leading to a homicide justifies a first-degree murder charge. Despite pleas of not guilty, Mee was sentenced to life without parole, underscoring her tragic transformation from teenage sensation to convicted murderer. The Sierra Houseth case, a juvenile justice dilemma. Sierra Houseth, a 16-year-old Nevada girl, received a life sentence with parole possibility after 22 years for her father's murder, triggering nationwide debates. With her boyfriend, Aaron Guerrero, she committed the murder and subsequent arson in an attempted cover-up. The duo was captured 4 days later in Salt Lake City, Utah. Sierra remained silent during her sentencing, and her reaction remains unknown. Her heavy sentence, given her age, has drawn public scrutiny with contrasting opinions on its appropriateness. Her partner, Guerrero, received a death sentence. Tragic crime and controversial punishment. In 2010, a Milwaukee courtroom was charged with high tension when 19-year-old Shondell Jackson received a life sentence without parole for first-degree intentional homicide and robbery of Nathan Potter, a 21-year-old University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee student. Jackson and accomplice Derek Thomas fatally shot Potter during a botched robbery attempt. Jackson's shocking lack of remorse and aggressive reaction during sentencing, along with a hostile response from his family towards Potter's, intensified the drama. His sentencing triggered debates about racial bias in sentencing, highlighting concerns about disparities in punishment for black-on-white crimes. High school tragedy. T.J. Lane's crime and punishment. On February 27, 2012, T.J. Lane, a former student of Chardon High School, Ohio, committed a horrifying act of violence that shocked the nation. At only 17, Lane opened fire in the school cafeteria, killing 3 students and injuring 3 more, with one being permanently paralyzed. Allegedly targeting specific peers, his crime was neither random nor remorseless. His contempt was displayed when he wore a killer t-shirt at sentencing, disrespecting victims' families. Babysitters regret the case of Dylan Shoemaker. In a case that shocked the public, 16-year-old Dylan Shoemaker was convicted of second-degree murder after he killed Austin, his girlfriend's toddler, whom he was babysitting. To quiet the crying child, Dylan covered Austin's face with a pillow and struck him 3 times, resulting in the toddler's death just days shy of his 2nd birthday. While Dylan demonstrated significant remorse in court, crying and expressing regret, the court saw this as manipulation. Evidence of a recorded conversation with his mother, where he outlined a plan to use his tears to garner sympathy, worked against him. Initially sentenced to 25 years to life, his term was later reduced to 18 years on appeal. By 2031, at age 35, Dylan will be eligible for parole. How do you feel about these life sentences for teens? Too harsh or well-deserved? Share your thoughts in the comments.